Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Chad with CD Shave, and thank you very much for joining me for today's head shave. Badly needed. And we got a couple products to review that I'm kind of excited about today that I got in the mail a couple of days ago. Well, more like a week ago. Been spending the last week with these products, really been shaving with them a lot, trying to get them used to it and see what or not used to it, but check them out, see what I really think. So today, we're going to do just that. So today we're profiling Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements Blue Samhain. That's the label right there. Also have the matching aftershave. Comes in that bottle right there. The same or similar, actually it is the same label. So these products are available at PhoenixArtisanAccoutrements.com. Also believe you Google PhoenixShaving.com, comes up that way. But anyway, this particular shave soap comes in a 5-ounce plastic container with a screw top lid, waterproof label, and it is in the CK6 formula. If you have not tried the CK6 formula, I highly recommend it. In my opinion, it is one of the top tier brands that are out there, or formulas that are out there that exists. The price is $24.95 for this particular tub. Matching aftershave comes in a 100 milliliter glass bottle. It is also available for $24.95 respectively. The whole line that he actually has a whole line of products. I don't have everything, but he's got a couple things. He's got a solid cologne, that's $24.95. EDP, that's $49.95. Star Jelly Aftershave, that's $14.95, which is kind of like a bomb. And he's got a body soap, that's $5.95, and a Shampoo Puck, which is also $5.95. Now, let's talk about the soap. Busting this open, that's what it looks like right there. As you see, I've been kind of scooping it a little bit. This stuff is amazing to me. In a way, it kind of reminds me of Diamond from Barrister Man. Came out a while ago. It was a limited edition, but it kind of reminds me of that. The notes in it are pretty straightforward: sandalwood, burnt sugar, and bourbon. Gives you kind of that fall scent to it, and it definitely does. It's for me, it's got like a pumpkin background to it, but it's not the only thing. It's just got kind of a slight background, and it goes away after a while. The scent strength, I'd say, is fairly high. I give it probably about a 6, out of 10. But it's definitely a nice scent. It's something that when I smell, I definitely think of the fall, and it gets me right in the mood for that, which is essentially what this is for. So it is vegan-based. Those of you that are die-hard tallow people, I'm telling you, try the vegan base, especially that CK6 formula. They are really decent. Vegan has come so far, and it's a fantastic. If it's done right, it can be a fantastic formula, and this is definitely one of those. As far as the name on it, I've seen a couple of references to Samhain throughout the years, but I never really knew what it was. Apparently, it's a Gaelic combination. Samhain basically is a term that signifies the end of the summer and beginning of the fall. There's a lot of other details in there, and I know I'm missing a few of them, but I don't want to make this video all about that. So that's kind of basically where that comes from, and that's why you got the whole pumpkin on there and so on and so forth. So let's talk about the rest of the gear, shall we? Along with the aftershave, we always use a standard witch hazel, going to be Thayer's peach scented in the JD bottle. We got that sitting, rocking and rolling, ready to go there. As far as the shave is the razor is concerned, we're going with the Gillette New. This is my Gillette New here. It doesn't look so new. It's definitely could stand to be redone, but still, it's in pretty good shape, and we haven't used it in a while. We are going to drop a Wilkinson sword stainless blade right in that. I've been using these for a little bit. I find these blades to be rather aggressive, and that's okay, as that's how I like my shaves. We smeared the soap into our shave bowl that's ready to go, but we cannot make a shave lather without a brush, at least in my opinion. That brings us on to the second part of this video here, or the second part of this review. This is the new shave brush. You may have seen it demonstrated or profiled a couple of places. It is the Amber Aerolite. Oh, there's the bottom right there. By Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. The knot looks a little bit different. It's because it's their brand new combination synthetic knot, or hybrid. It's not a bulb and it's not a fan. It's kind of an in-between. Oh man. Anyway, that's what it is. Actually, no, band. Well, it'll be a band knot. Anyway, there you go. That's what the knot is. I tried this a couple of times. I do like it. It is quite nice, and it's something that offers a lot of splay on it. It's $19.95 over at PhoenixShaving.com. As you can see, the splay is really not bad at all on that sucker. And I like synthetics. I think they do quite well for me. I've never had one really do a terrible... I got a few that are a little scritchy, but they're older. The synthetics have come such a long way, and I honestly think that the knot community is really kind of going towards synthetics eventually. Anyway, that's just my opinion. But that's that. This is kind of a meant to go along with this whole shade because it is one of his fall releases. It's hard to see in this particular light, but the handle is somewhat translucent, and it's got that amberish glow to it. It's really, really nice. I put this sucker in the sunbeam when I got it, and it just refracts everything. It looks really, really nice. So, but that's, anyway, so we're going to be using that brush. I really enjoyed that. So we're going to continue that theme for today's review. So we're going to go ahead and lather up this soap, get everything, our blade loaded, everything rocking and rolling, ready to do a couple passes, and we'll talk about my thoughts on this soap. Be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. The soap has been lathered. As you can see right there, it's all set and ready to rock and roll. We've still got quite a amount of soap in the brush, but that's a little bit of it there. We'll get the rest of it lathered up on our head as we do our thing. Now, throw a little bit of water up there. Let's get this shave happening. Now, let's face it. As I mentioned earlier, CK6 performance is top tier. You'd be hard-pressed to find anybody that says otherwise. And I've reviewed a bunch of CK soaps and performance in the past, and it's always been fantastic to me. I haven't had any issues with it at all. The scent now, as I started to talk about earlier, that's kind of a difficult thing. And the reason I say that is because, well, scent is so subjective. But it probably isn't going to come or probably comes as no surprise to you guys that stuff I get lather everywhere. That's fine. I love it. More lather, the better. I don't mind it at all. So, now I mentioned pumpkin earlier. Interestingly enough, that's not listed as a scent note. And I understand that. Some of the other supporting notes, for me, bring it out there. But, here's the deal. With this particular soap, it's not like you're going to smell like pumpkin all day. Because I, for one, as much as I enjoy pumpkin, and even the scent of it, I don't like to smell like it all day long. And that's not the case with this soap. You kind of get it at first, and then it somewhat fades. At least in the soap. And then, like right now, I mean, I get a little bit of it, but I'm mostly picking up the burnt sugar and bourbon. It's just kind of like that, and once you get it on there, you kind of like that initial, oh, I get pumpkin a little bit, and then it goes away. Which I prefer that, honestly. The aftershave is very similar in that when you first put it on, you get that initial burst, or at least I get the initial burst of pumpkin, just right there, just to kind of let you know, hey, it's fall. But then as the dry down happens with and I've talked about this before in the past, with the aftershave, the soap, the pumpkin scent tends to dissipate for me, and the other stuff just kind of stands out. Yeah, let's rinse that off and go for second pass. As far as the brush is concerned, I don't usually do kind of a dual review here, but I really thought these went hand in hand. This brush is fantastic. It's got a lot of splay to it, holds a ton of lather. I have no problems making a lather out of this. And I did a couple of test lathers with other soaps, other soap companies, vegan, tallow, triple milled. It didn't matter, or it doesn't matter. And I mean, this thing just holds a ton of lather. It works awesome. I love it. Even though I just keep throwing it on there from the bowl, but I don't even need what's in the bowl. I'm kind of a lather whore. I make tons of it, and I just don't care. But this stuff, I mean, you can see it holds it nicely up there. It's not, I mean, it holds it well. It doesn't come flying down into the handle. I do like this. It has kind of a slight channel to it. So sometimes, because I use so much lather, sometimes it drips down in there and it doesn't get all over the handle. It tends to pool here first, giving me a chance to kind of flick it out of the way, which I like. Not quite unusual. There are other brushes I've seen that have stuff like that, something similar, but for me, I like that. And I have an Autumn Bliss brush from EB Lathe Works. So I have an autumn brush already, but autumn or fall is one of my favorite, or is my favorite season. So having more than one brush to help me celebrate this season is totally fine in my wheelhouse. And I gotta tell you, my razors just glide over his stuff. And like I can feel there's so much residual slickness on my head right now, I could practically do another pass without lathering up. I won't, but I could. I mean, you just can't. I think with Phoenix stuff, and I may have said this before, really it comes down to scent. I mean, if you find a scent that you like, you can't go wrong with the performance. At least for me. It's one of those soaps that you can just, you throw a ton of water at it, which is fine, but it doesn't necessarily need it either. You know, it can hold a ton of water, so if you for other soaps, when you might overhydrate those, it won't overhydrate this. And, but it doesn't have to have that ton of water either. I've had times where I've been in kind of a rush, and I didn't spend my time with this lather, and I just kind of made it work. And shaved with it, and it was totally fine. It was a little thicker than you would generally like, but it shaved completely fine because it's a slick formula. All right. Second pass, fantastic. All right, we're going to take a break here. We're going to finish up the rest of this shave, do a couple of passes, get cleaned up here, and we'll have some final thoughts on this soap and this brush. Be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. The shave has been completed. This brush is really nice. I really like this this design. It's just such a really, really nice handle. It holds well ergonomically. I like how it has this indent because my hands, I use so much lather, my hands tend to get slick, so I can really kind of grab onto it like this. Some of the other designs I have, this is actually a prime example right here. This one. It doesn't have a lot of indent to it, so when it gets slick, it can be a little difficult to hang on to. I think brushes, especially with the way some of the soaps are nowadays, it's good to have an indented area where you can kind of grab onto that. It really works well. It's got a nice weight to it. The color is fantastic. This thing just screams fall all day long. Anyway, so that's the brush. The knot on it is really nice. I mean, synthetic, you can't, I mean, really, there's no break-in period. There's no stench. The hairs aren't falling out of it. You could just pretty much wet it and go. All right, enough about the brush. Let's get into post-shave. Got some post-shave witch hazel. Put that on there. While that's going, let that sit. All right, so as far as the soap is concerned, I did consider it rather strong in the scent market. I give it 6 to 7 out of 10. The performance, as I mentioned, is top notch. Actually, get back to the scent. I got a little bit of pumpkin out of it right in the beginning, but it goes away pretty fast. It sticks mostly to the burnt sugar and bourbon, which is great for me. I happen to like that. So I'm very happy with this soap. I found that the aftershave carries on for most of the day. I pick when it does kind of fade towards the end of the day. If I get home and I go for a run or a bike ride or something, or get some exercise, I pick that right back up again. The heat activates it, which is awesome. I love that. So that is that. Now, just going to deviate from a little bit here. I know I didn't get into the holiday of the day. There's actually 3 holidays of the days I want to get into. Today is National M&M Day. I love those things. The peanut ones and the pretzel ones are my favorite. I do like M&Ms. The mint ones are great with ice cream. But anyway, National M&M Day. It is actually also National No Bra Day. And it is National Treat Yourself Day. So, treat yourself with M&Ms and, well, no, wear no bra if you don't want to. I can guarantee you I will not be wearing any bra of any kind. We'll be getting some M&Ms, and that will be the treat to myself. So, treat yourself with M&Ms and don't wear a bra if you wear one. So anyway, that's the National Holiday of the Day from CD Shaving. Back to the review, folks. Aftershave. These decanters are nice. Again, I worry about slickness. Some of these are, you know, the standard bottles. They've got the back of them. These are some of the standard ones I've seen out there. They can be a little slick to deal with. And this, I like these edges because I can grab right onto it. It doesn't necessarily hold more than the others. It just gives it a little bit of grip to it. All right. Yep, there's that burst of vanilla. Of pumpkin that I get. And then goes right in. I get the bourbon. Oh, yeah, this is nice. I'm going to rub that right across my face. As far as the aftershave is concerned, it's just a nice scent to it. It really is. It's perfect with the soap. It matches it ideally. Some people say, you know, that should be a no-brainer, but that's not always the case. I have run into that where some soaps do not necessarily match the aftershaves all that well. So, with that is really, really nice. Yeah, I'm going to be enjoying this. It's really rainy, kind of raw outside. It's a kind of a cold, raw fall day. So I'm liking this, and I'm going to enjoy this when I go run a couple errands. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, that is the shave. If you have any questions or comments, please put it in the comment section below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do so, but make sure you knock that bell every time. That way you get a notification every time I do a new video here at CD Shaving. Folks, I'm Chad. Thank you very much for joining me. If you shave, have a great shave, great rest of the day, and we'll see you guys and girls in the next video.